It's 7:30. Hello again. Let's take it back to our top story now. There's been mixed reaction from opposition parties to the State of the Nation address. But how did South Africans on social media react to that speech? Well, if you're not on social media, we find out more on this now. I'm joined by Black Box Theory social media analyst Yavi Madurai. Happy Friday, Yavi. So I'm curious to find out how South Africans reacted to, first of all, we have to acknowledge the greatness that was in the room, plenty, but of course, Miss Desiree Ellis.
No, for sure. So I think in general, the South Africans are absorbing it. In terms of the social media reaction, it's very much a summary. People are summarizing, people are making comments about whether it's ECD, whether it is the election date itself. There's a lot of talk on social media about the EFF's reaction or lack thereof in terms of what was meant to have been their supposed breakout in Parliament and having to be able to have their say. And that has been the major discussion thus far. So normally when I do Sona analysis is that within about 48 hours, you see the real discussion emerging in terms of the fact that we've absorbed it. We've kind of had water cooler conversations. We've had different opinions being given to us. And now we start tweeting and Facebooking and sharing. So from a social media perspective, it's very much about looking at it from a to-do list and what President Ramaphosa has said. This is what we're going to do. This is what the ANC is about for this year, etc., etc. So that is where we're at. We're in analysis mode at the moment, and that's the kind of social media response. Having said that, it's over 100,000 tweets as we stand at the moment.
Sure. Of course, an analysis abound, but I'm curious to find out what were some of the issues that the president addressed that were main talking points for South Africans. We now know that Eskom will be unbundled. We know when the election will be on the 8th of May. What caught people's attention from the content of his speech?
So one of the things that has come out on social media is that it's very sad that a lot of focus in terms of foreign policy and from an African continent perspective has not come through very, very strongly. So we've had a lot of conversation on social around that. The second aspect of it is obviously the land issue. That has been starting to have a debate around it, specifically obviously with regard to Sona. Obviously the land debate carries on from a general social media perspective. The third aspect of it is obviously around the fact that will Ramaphosa's 8,000 odd word speech get the support from internally at the ANC? So that has been another aspect to it. The focus on corruption has been another aspect. And then two other aspects that, it's the social side of the social media world. And that is the fashion and the fact that Jacob Zuma is no longer doing Sona and there's no drama. So, yes.
Of course, we are a nation that loves drama. What would we be without the drama? As you mentioned, and how? As you mentioned earlier, people were literally just waiting at the edge of their seats for something to happen yesterday, but nothing actually happened. Were there memes that were abound, just funny moments that we saw on social media? And what were they saying?
So the memes were in general, look, let me go back in terms of there's the political side and then there was the red carpet side of the memes. So the memes in terms of the fashion, we had a lot of cleavage displayed on the red carpet yesterday, and that has come through very, very strongly from a red carpet perspective, and I'm being kind when I say cleavage. The next aspect of it is obviously the fact that Malema started out smiling and laughing at the, when President Ramaphosa took the podium and, making a joke about the fact that they need to sing to Mamina, or he needs to sing to Mamina when he becomes president. So a lot of memes around that, and the fact that they didn't disrupt. That is going to probably be, I predict, the biggest talking point in terms of the way South Africans talk about it on Twitter, but in social media in general.
Nothing wrong with a bit of cleavage here and there. Let the girls come out.